Welcome back to Is It True News. You know how that saying goes, live life like today's your last, or live like it's your last day on earth, or live it to the fullest. Those things become unpuzzled when you're terminally ill. I can't even say it right. Terminally ill. Of course, we're probably all terminally ill, right? Because everybody dies, right? Some go before the others, some live longer. But my point is, all those things that seem to be meaningless, that you made a big deal out of. You know, when you know you're going to be here for 10 years or longer. Like what you said, or how you handled something, or how you didn't handle it, or what you didn't do, are so unimportant. Like if you decide to be lazy one day and sit around and do nothing, feel guilty about it the next day. Surprisingly, when you know you're going to die, you still don't know when, because it's still a mystery. Nothing really like that matters. I mean, currently, the most important thing for me right now is, like I said in my previous video, I paid my landlord 3 weeks in advance. Yes, he charges weekly because he's a slumlord scumbucket. This Indian dude. You know, Indians, people from India, I shouldn't lump them all together, but all of the ones I've met so far have no respect for Americans, especially American women. They're just really mean. But besides that, the bum charges weekly for an apartment instead of monthly, like it's in a hotel. And it's a piece of garbage too. Plumbing don't work, and the floor is always wet, the toilet's always clogged, and charges like $250 a week, and it's tick infested. And you know, you wonder why there isn't a decent landlord that would rent to me my dog and a couple of cats. And if you're in, I really don't care where you are, but you're willing to come and get me and rent to me, rent a decent place for decent money. I mean, I am on Social Security disability. I worked probably 35, 30, maybe 40 years of my life. I started when I was 14, so I worked a long time in my life, so I get a decent check. That's what I'm worried about. I don't want to live in a tent until I die. I don't want to give up my cats or my dog because I have to live in a tent. It seems like an awful, horrible thing. And the reason why he's doing this is because he wants to be paid in cash. But every month he comes around like a king with no balls, wanting more money from the disabled that live here, with the threat of being thrown out because he's a horrible person. But it would be nice to find a decent place to live. That's not much to ask for. Now, I am an artist. I don't have any room to paint. I posted some of my art. Oh, that was on the G Plus page Gideon did. Well, anyways, the point of this is that besides the immediate worry, you know, surprisingly, I thought about death more when I was healthy. But there are things, you know, I sit here and like, geez, I wish I could work out in the gym again. I probably could if I had a car, but it doesn't look like that's in the cards because, you know, I take natural medication. I don't go through chemotherapy because I die sooner. What's weird about stomach cancer is, well, pretty much 90% of the time you can't eat solid food. But your stomach bloats. You know, it just bloats. Then every once in a while it'll go down. But, I mean, to swallow something solid, oh my goodness. It just, I mean, it is the worst kind of pain you could imagine. I mean, it goes down the esophagus and everything, but you can feel it hit your stomach. And it's like 1,000 razors from the inside out. Like, pshit! You ever see Beetlejuice when he does that thing where all those knives come out of him? That's what it feels like in your stomach. So, I try to stick with the liquids. Yeah, and I'm hoping the Shyster landlord doesn't come by tomorrow and just help himself to my stuff. Anyways. I guess it's kind of a pointless video that I'm rambling on about, but I thought I'd ramble on about what I was feeling. What I was feeling. If you ever had a friend or somebody who was dying and you didn't know how they really felt because they were being strong. Well, a lot of times you can't help being strong because you don't think about dying. It's when you start the pity parties and you start looking at them like, you know, with all this glassy-eyed stuff, which, you know, you can't help doing because you care about them, but it's probably best just to 80% of the time to treat them like there's nothing wrong with them, unless you see them, you know, like catching out of breath or something, or if you're lucky enough to have friends, you go on a hike and they fall behind, just pretend you're tired too. Another video